Okay, so everyone, welcome to the stream. Rolling in today out of plan because I didn't really work on anything that I also wanted to work on stream over the weekend. So instead, and once again starting with the I'm gonna sketch something and if it sticks it's gonna stick, if it doesn't stick it's not gonna stick, and that's how I'm gonna roll for the current moment. I feel like I should start with a square canvas just so that I can decide whether to go over wider or taller canvas. I think I might go with taller canvas. Let's just very casually, you know what? We're not even gonna change it. Good enough. Alright, I'd also still like to practice something while working on this, so time for going on more or less side profile. What do we want to do here? Okay, the biggest problem right now is I don't have a composition in mind. It's time to just start putting lines of anything that kind of comes to mind. How do you do like kind of I don't really want the back of the head, do I? If it's just a single character shot, I really need both, at least the side of the head. You know what? Let's try a more of a perspective shot. Let's go. Like do a head like this. I think I need to really pump out the cheek if I do it like this. More. Yeah, more. Want to almost have the top of the head be the main thing we say. I kind of want this face to be almost like this. So that we're looking at the eyes will be more Let be more down. Just be more in. Yeah, I really haven't practiced this level of a turn. Might help if I go and look at some references. Do I? I don't have. Yeah, let's. This. I still logged into Pinterest. I haven't bookmarked it again since I reinstalled everything. I am not logged in. What the hell did I log in with? I don't know what I logged in with. Alright, let's just see what happens when I... Oh no, I am logged in. Okay, very good. I want anatomy. If I tilt the head. What am I looking at is the main thing. Oh, like how much of the face am I seeing, right? That's the... this question. Now let me see if I can find another anatomy thing. Anatomy pose. I want the kind of what? Off a head. Top view? Not that top view, but I love how most of these are from low. Alright, now I need these people to stop looking at the camera. Can actually not see the mouth, right? Because... or maybe like a very minimal amount of the mouth. You won't see the chin at all. These are not top-down view. We were very close to not see the mouth. Oh, save these. Oh, this is good. It'd be really helpful if all of these shots don't look at the goddamn camera. If we have the head not turned towards the camera, that would be really helpful. Oh my. As we want... Actually, let's just get rid of eye for a moment and just eye for a bit. But basically we want from here with her head like this is that we're gonna have a piece that looks like this coming off her head right about, let's just say like, and then the hair would be going, so we're looking at it from the top, so it'll be going like, be like a little bit more with this kind of deal at this. I'm gonna use these two pieces to kind of frame how the hair needs to go over the head. Goes around the front side of her face and the side of her head. So then it'll just, her hair is tied back, so then you just have the remainder of the brain noggin being pulled towards just like one spot where it has the side tail coming through, which is like right about here. We still want a little bit of gravity because we're not tilting the head entirely. How's this work? Hello there, how you doing? Currently trying to draw from a different perspective that I've not practiced. So I'm trying to finagle this together. Is that enough brain at the back, or do I need more noggin space back here? I think this is effectively the root of her head right there. Using that strand of hair as a marker. Then when her hair comes over the top of her head, then it will be going like this over the top. Over the ball shape of the head. I mean, in theory, the hair should hang, because it's gravity. I don't actually have a plan, so I'm currently trying to draw from a very up-down perspective. I'm trying to map out the top of her head right now, and then how to get the face in there. The top of the head will curl around, this is the forehead, and then it will go down like that. I don't have a composition in mind, so I'm just throwing lines at the paper before I decide on what I actually want to do. I feel like I'm making the hair too long. Need to account for I'm not correctly getting the image of the head. Yeah, I tried shaping out the head, but I also don't know how deep to make the head. Because if we say the eyes are like, let's get rid of this line. Just say the eyes are coming like right about there. That means we're looking at a head that's like what? That's not forehead. I'm also trying to look at some references for how exactly this perspective goes. Ideally, without the figure looking at the camera, but that's really hard to find. There's a lot of top-down perspective pose references I can find, but basically all of them, the character is looking at the camera. What am I looking at right now? I'm looking at the top of the head is like about... probably do this on a different link. Then we're bringing the head down like this, effectively. I don't know, this is just something I really should practice at some point. So I'm just trying. Oh my. I also at some point need to try doing a just like anatomy from the bottom as well, looking up at a figure. Dynamics. No. What? These like all posing websites, pretty much. Photos for figure drawing pose tool was. What the heck is this? Has. Okay, this is trying to sell me stuff. Hand drawing figure reference, no muscle tutorial pose. Face. Why not just look at how do I click into one of these? Can I look at it from a different angle? Because these are 3D. The thing with the human face, that the nose actually kind of sticks out. Like the brow line and the nose both stick out. And they'll cover the mouth at angles since you're up high enough. Also, this is the first time I think I've seen a 3D model posing website that uses a model made of muscles rather than just the standard gray 3D blocks. It looks a little freaky, honestly. Oh, there. The reasoning is that I don't really have one because I didn't think of what to do until about half an hour ago. And so this is more of a, I'm gonna throw lines at the paper and just see if I can have something stick. Right now I'm trying to figure out how to draw a very top-down pose, like most of the way top-down kind of perspective pose, and I can frankly say I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm currently looking on different websites for how to correctly look at a human head from a top-down pose or top-down view. I really feel like a lot of time when I'm looking for these kind of things, these generally less common perspective images, it's actually going to be easier if I just start going through pages in a manga, because they're more likely to have poses that aren't as common. Been trying to search for a whole bunch of different shots of characters or posing models looking at the camera. I think I used this like a long time ago. I feel like also the current bunch should probably just like decrease the angle of the head here. So looking at, actually, let's just try and figure this out. The head is angled like this, then the neck would be something like here. Not too far back? No, that should be about right. And then the body would be going out from here. Oh yeah, I need to change the title on Twitch. Hold up. Completely forgot about that. What's it currently set to? Does it just say drawing? Actually, you know what? That could just stay. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. Dear. Okay, let's just shelve that for a moment. Let's see if I can figure out if I was to do a pose where we're looking, or your perspective shot where we're looking up a little bit, then we take the general figures to like be like about here, say is about there. In looking at something where we'll need to like grid a little bit. Just the whole body would need to be in this kind of perspective. Alright, taking guesses on how long it takes if I just cop out and just do a standard put from the front. From this angle, you see like a little bit of the bottom of the chin. Does the neck's actually like here? Then the body itself would. If you have the front of the shoulder here, then the other side of the shoulder would actually be down a little bit, maybe about there. Like expand out. Just like center just a bit more. It's just I don't have the side of the canvas being in the way there. Hmm. I feel like if I need to go from bottom up perspective, that fire needs to be thick, doesn't it? Hello there, how you doing? Currently trying out drawing at different perspectives, so there's nothing solid happening right now, but okay, this is the kind of question I'm actually allowed to ask because I'm doing these kind of character art things. How thick is she? There's a bit there. Okay, there's a bit of meat on those thighs. Alright, how much thicker do I have to go from the bottom up? That really depends on how steep the perspective is, isn't it? Oh, there, how you doing? I guess the correct way to say it is that her thigh is actually quite thick for how wide her body is. more just I can't really see exactly what shape her waist is, that the perspective is a little off, isn't it? Just looking at it right now. Hip is about... Actually no, hip is about average of this style. Just can't see how wide her waist is because her clothes just hang loose over that general space. Was what? It's not indicative. So I have no plan for today, so there's no concrete idea or composition in mind. I'm currently just throwing lines at a canvas and just seeing if something sticks, and I don't know, something just kind of works and calls out to me, and then I'll work from there. The idea right now, at least for what I want to do, is I want to try drawing at a different perspective. Currently running much more on mostly the learning experience right now instead of actually thinking of what to do. I may have let me just see if it's the same as what I'm thinking. I'm gonna say it now that I am not formally trained in any way in basically anything to do with like what do you call it? Design or art of any kind, so I'm very unlikely to know any terms. Okay, the problem is that I don't really understand what this concept is trying to do. Draw viewers' attention to whatever that is apex or corners. Whenever I look at perspective, like how to draw figures within perspectives, it's always like this. It's always rectangles. I don't think I've really seen anything using triangles. What, focus? Wait, is this all just what? Everything on one page? Am I still looking at the same thing? What is this? I'm not looking at the same thing anymore. What's this stuff at the top? Focus. Maybe I shouldn't be looking at photography for this. So I want to actually have like a base of the body. Let's just say like that the leg is coming down. Let's just say, I don't know, knees like somewhere like around here-ish, I don't know. Just say that for now. I'll resize the canvas at some point. I'm just gonna keep doing it for a little bit. How do you do the ground when it's at this angle? That's the main thing I don't understand when it comes to looking at these. I had this open somewhere. Where did I close it? This from the top, or from the bottom. Maybe one from the... Right, I get it. Oh wait, no. What was it? Usually it's like things like this where it's like a cylinder or a rectangle on how to like judge the perspective. Like this is stuff I usually see. Let's just see what this says. Let's see. Envision the top of the head like it's got. Right. And that's why I kind of want to look at it like a cube in a way as well. Yeah, it gets bigger as it goes down. Yeah, I get that. More like if I need to, depending on how sharp I do the angle, then you end up more like the hip will be about here. Actually, what am I looking at? I know that they're very long right now. If the yeah, it's just friggin'. If the body, I need to draw some of these like reference lines on a different layer. Let me just make another layer here. We're saying that we want the body to stretch. If we want to angle the body, then the body will end up something like this. I actually want to like widen the body from like here and just like hard stretch out. I mean, if it's by that much, then the head at the top, the angle would be like really, it wouldn't be like side on, it'll be more like, well, like the side of the head like this. If it's like that. I mean, realistically, I should just not be that much of a challenger and just like go the narrow cylinder. Oh dear. Let me just open a couple more things. Oh, this one's in Korean, I can't read that. I actually want to look at it in shekels. Let's just say if we have the... Yeah, I probably shouldn't. Let's make another layer, just put that off. If I want to... look at this with like, say the head has to fit within here. Well, looking at what like this. And that'll be like kind of chest into hip into about where the thighs are, will be like there. If I measure it like that. So then the head would be... the bottom of the head would be what? I don't know why I'm trying to do it at the same time. Really not very good side profiles. Like, the head would be... that's just... side of the head is like about here. Back of the head's like somewhere about here. Something. Should probably use a proper shovel. I should really use a proper shovel for this. Then you'll end up with what? The neck will come down. I'm just gonna say there's a very large chance I'm just gonna cop out and just do something else. Just trying to like put the body straight on right now. Shoulder will be like, from this perspective, the shoulder will be what, higher. into the waist into the hip. Let me bring this back further. Let me bring this down to the ankle to begin with. Probably help if I just try to do this as a front front perspective first. Oh dear. Into this is the first question, is this absolute insanity? I think like this is a little bit let me just try and do this in like front perspective and just see how bad I am at it. There was, you know, I'm just gonna like kind of follow what this is doing. So we're saying that the top of the head is kind of doing something like this. Maybe less of this, right? Give up there. Into I'm not like spreading this fast enough. Shoulder. Chest, like about here. Into waist. Kind of like bring in the waist at the same time that we're trying to bring it out, right? We need to uphold perspective. We're saying that what the stomach is like here, the waist is here, stomach is like here, the hip is what around these two divisions here, the leg is coming down, touches about there. That kind of what I'm looking at in terms of this general angle. Yeah, the fact that I just kind of eyeballed and then free-handed the circles probably also misses the measurements a little bit here. Hmm. And then after I figure this out, so I need to think of how to deal with the think of actually what to do with the overall illustration. Like, let me just see if I can replicate this again if I go the other way. Where is the? I find it? Who did I find? Is there like a opposite version of this that's going down instead of up? But there is. Okay. Let me see if I can replicate this as well. Or I miss with doing these kind of perspectives any further. I need to actually figure this out before start doing anything. Okay, so instead, I'm trying to bring this down. Probably doesn't help that I'm freehanding the crap out of this, but instead that means we're going circle, 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 and then circle. And well, I guess if we keep going down, then circle. So we say that we'll do it this perspective. We're saying that the top of the head needs to be something like around here. Let's just say the top of the head's here, and then that's like just the top of the head. This goes into the actual face area where we want to bring in the actual head, which is something. What's the side of the head? Side of the head, what, like? That's about where the ear will come out. And the back of the head is like about there. Looking at something kind of like that. Then the neck comes from like here is about where the neck would be. Then not just that. A little bit away. Because you have the shoulders will come out here, the front of the top of the body is kind of like that. The body itself is going well, like that. Back side of that going into waist, looking at chest sticks out, and then we get into the waist underneath, which would be from here to about here. We bring the waist in at all. Actually, from the front, you can't really see that. It's more like the stomach here, then you look at the actual waist here. Like the butt out is actually what more from like here. You go like this. Kind of what it's doing. I feel like this figure's also leaning. It isn't really helping me. Say like the butt comes down to about here. The front of the like the crotch ends up coming around like this, and then you'll have the legs start coming down from here. Is that kind of how this works? Am I understanding this correctly? Actually doesn't look absolutely hideous, so I guess that's a start. Okay, maybe we don't need the circle that fixes where the neck roughly is right there. Okay, this still doesn't solve. Is it? Like what part's the most off? Around the waist and the hip. I feel like looking at it, it's around the waist and the hip where it looks a little weird. Chest. Looking at the chest because we're saying, looking at the front. The chest is something like, isn't it? The chest is like slightly pumped out. Like I feel like I mean I don't really know what I'm looking at for the chest, but I feel like looking at the reference because the hip, I like doing a what like because it looks, it's like what literally like going like this, isn't it? With the hip, kind of like doing it like that. In the I'd actually use like the circle tool to draw the circles rather than having these like probably not circular circles as my guide. That actually help. I feel like it's like close enough that I can use them as a good reference point. Could the back be like more like this way? Because what that makes the hip is like what? Going all the way around now. The fun bit is that I might be practicing all of this and then I'm not going to use it. There's a very good chance of that. Oh dear. At the very least, it doesn't look like absolute insanity, which is kinda where I'm at right now. Like shoulder, I need to what, like back this up a little bit more. There's like that actual round portion about there. The elbow is like right about here. Because your hands come down to what, the top of your thigh, so the hand will be like right. I'm not gonna try and draw a hand right now. That's roughly about there. And then while this shoulder would be coming in, I feel like rather than dealing with the neck, just like take the hit and just. What's still about there? A bit more? I think a bit more. That gives me the shape of the heat a little bit off. Should I be able to see the front of the neck coming down? Good, right? Not that sharp of an angle. So like do something at the top part of head circle here. That's like throwing me off a little bit. I'm not looking at this currently. Honestly, at the current point, as long as it doesn't look like insanity, it is the first step. So, refinement can come after it no longer looks like insanity. Okay, so something about the chest is not tickling me the right way right now. Oh dear. What am I looking at here? And I still need to think of what to do for illustration as a whole, where there's an actually genuinely good chance that I'm not going to use this new bit of knowledge and skills at all. Ba-ba-bum. Okay, let me actually just see if I can find a photo that I can just get a perspective of. Nobody takes photos of these things on the bottom though, do they? Left side of the chest. Oh, the chest would be what? It would be more like we're taking into account any chest area. Chest is like this, right? This line is more like the back, like where the back is coming out from. That's how I'm kind of looking at it right now. Because actually, wait, no, this is showing. What am I looking at here? Because the front of the arm is actually what, like here, isn't it? So we're looking at the body from this side, so the front of the arm is actually coming out from here. So like, let's pretend we can't see the back there at all. Does that help the level of insanity there? Because the back is coming in from here into here, right there. Okay, but on a more important note, I haven't decided on what I'm actually doing for the drawing, so I need to figure out what I'm doing for that as well. I need at least 2 lines for a vanishing point, right? I need at least like 2 points. Okay, let me just throw all of these into a folder and just put them away for a little bit. I need to actually figure out what I actually want to do today. Let's just say that if we have line A and line B of, let's pretend like this is a, I don't know, wait, how do I get, where's the ruler to? Is it not behind this? No, it's behind this. Let's just say that we're gonna say perspective A, or line 1, line 2, something like that. Why the hell is the perspective ruler all the way down here? No, give me perspective ruler up here. I apologize to any new viewers here that is losing their mind to the fact that I have no direction here. I have no direction here, so this is gonna continue for a while. Oh wait, if I do it like this, I don't need a 2 points perspective. I just go like that, and then pretend the back of the bench is like from here. We go like that. Let's just say there's a surface there for now. Then, if I want, what is my snapping? Where is correction? Where, no, enable snapping. Please be visible and turn it off. If I want to, wait, no, if I see the top of the surface, then I am looking down on the figure. Is that what I want? No, I want to do it the other way. So I want to do the perspective ruler. Delete that ruler. I want to say that I'm looking at the bottom. I should probably be more careful about how I'm drawing these lines. Where's ruler? If I want to say that I have perspective going this way, and then let's just say it's like that. Then I am saying that we're seeing the bottom of the surface here. Actually, wait, no, it'll be like this, and then like and let's just I don't know, let's just say that back is like right. Can I move this with ruler, or can I? How do I move the ruler? There's a way to move the ruler. Do I just grab as an object? Would I drag it from if I grab as an object? Can I just grab this whole thing somewhere? No? That turns it off. What does this do? That moves the actual from here, right? Can I grab this? What's the perspective rule down here? Please be in here. Can I move this as a whole? Oh, I can't move the ruler. Why can't I not move the lines? Are these not in the folder? They're not. Like, can I grab this whole thing and just like tell you to go? So if I want to do a perspective of a figure from the bottom, then we're looking at something that is going, we're saying, well, like this, right? Kind of the perspective we're looking at. Let me just, because I can draw it as a straight line. It'll be kind of like that, and then we're looking at. Oh, this is this snapping? This is snapping, isn't it? Me. Whereas correction, you off. We'll be looking at something more like that. This is Clip Studio Paint EX. It was, I think, halfway to all of the features. It should be the current version. Actually, no, I think the latest version is the one that has that crazy subscription. So I'm on the paid one that you just pay once. But then, where's the pin? Then you'll be looking at, let's just say, head into about chest. Whoop, I need to get better circles. Let's just say that looking at something like this as like the base of what I'm trying to work with. Should it be that steep with this perspective? Or do I need a second vanishing point? I don't need a second vanishing point with this. No. Also, full disclosure, I have a very vague understanding of how perspective actually works. So, this may result in insanity again for a little while. Like this actual general guide only works within the same plane, right? What do I actually want to judge this by? I don't want to just like slam a butt onto the surface and work from there, or do I actually go from here? I feel like it shouldn't be this sharp of an angle. I think I should actually have less of an angle here. Oh dear. Hello there, how you doing? I'm currently trying to understand how to draw a figure at a perspective, and it's not going very well. Alright, let's just say that head goes here. Indeed. The simpler graphics tablet, or you go all out and go for the fancy display tablet. Because head would be something like this into body. Yeah, we are. No. This way. Oh, you went all out. We got a play tablet. I could never justify myself getting a display tablet. It feels like it's too much for what I need. I just use them. I just have like a plain old graphics tablet. How does it feel? Tablet feeling good? Definitely feels a lot different once you actually like start using it. Actually, I guess drawing on a display tablet probably doesn't feel as different because you're looking at where you're drawing. It definitely feels different drawing on graphics tablet because I'm not looking where I'm drawing. I'm doing the exact same thing again. I feel like I actually want this to be less this and more. I want to be leaning backwards. Away from the camera. I was drawing on a phone, by the way. I tried drawing with was it Ibis? Was it Ibis Paint? I think the app was called. It felt really weird. I don't know, it's just cause I didn't know how to use the tools. And well, I was also just like not really sure what was happening when my fat ass finger just like was trying to draw a thin line onto the screen. I didn't really understand how that was working. Like maybe that was the biggest problem I had with it, but because I tried getting using one of those like pins that kind of work on a phone screen, but I don't know if it just was a bad pin. It didn't really feel that good. I'm presuming it's just an experience thing that if I get used to it, it'll be fine. But saying chess is going to be what, like this. Yeah, more of what right now. Saying, well, we don't take into account the extrusion from the chest. Looking at what, like something like this. I feel like I'm reducing the perspective by a lot. Yeah, I guess that sounds about right, honestly. It's a craft. It's just a lot of repetition, and you know, just kind of get bored into muscle memory. If say like hip is about here. Doesn't look right. Could be more. That's what the shoulder will be more like, going around like that. Then there'll be what shoulder. We bring that out a little bit more. The neck be more of a widening cylinder as well? I feel like that's okay. I like how I'm like very gradually decreasing the angle. They're just like, you can tell as this goes on, I am slowly just trying to cop out of like the idea of drawing at a perspective. Okay, so we put a surface like right here. In saying that the body slightly turns, so saying the knee would be saying the leg like a cylinder that is inward. Maybe like the front of the knees like right here, maybe. And go leg. And at that point, that's more of a matter of like how far am I spreading the legs. I don't want to figure out a need in. I can literally just stretch the, if I don't change the canvas, I can just stretch the knee out of canvas. At the current point, yes. But also at the current point, I still don't actually have a solid idea of what I'm trying to do. Which is always the fun part. This is still very much I'm just trying something and seeing how I feel about it. Feel like, no, like this has to go up. Because of the way the perspective's going. Like this has to be more up. This should be more like this. Oh, what am I looking at from here? Because we're looking at the leg is going up over the top of the surface here. Actually, wait. Am I looking at the crutch correctly? If body is leaning back a little bit, then that means that the be around the back into the crutch would be what I hear, kind of. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh dear. This is the part where I decided I just want to make a silly emote that bounces around a little bit. The top of the crutches were like on the top of the hip is going like the upper body at the wrong, because we're going like this because this is the way the perspective is going. So this would be like the front, and then this would be the side. Like, should this part of the body just be more this way? Um, bu- bu- bum. Oh, come on. Why is the thing snapping to a ruler like the default? Hold on, let me just. I kind of. No, I need to see the ruler. Just make sure I'm using the one pin that I've turned off the snapping for. Hmm. Shoulder as well. say that the hand itself is going. That's not a good idea. I'm definitely gonna miss it. Can say if I actually just use these tools again for a moment. This is currently not. Snap that. Say that there is. If I'm looking at it like this, the front of the circle is the top side. Okay. I mean, let's say that we put something, and then say that hand has to go around, then it will be. You won't see this side of this. Then go kind of like point a finger like just straight up and then hook a finger from behind the surface here. Screw it, just put all fingers together. I'm not gonna try and figure this out. And then you'll just. Alright, we're gonna stick a straw up here. That also has to go by this perspective. And just pretend that exists for a moment there. So I'm actually like bringing something into overall image. I don't know what I'm doing with her legs at this point, apart from I'm trying to make her sit. I feel like the hand has to be substantially bigger in what I'm currently envisioning it, but bring this just down. I feel like if I go, say we have a hand. How do I grip something? Well, let me have hand references. There's no way I'm figuring out a hand reference without help. Hand reference. What do I want? I want gripping cylinder fist. Do I have fist gripping cylinder? I have fist gripping cylinder somewhere. I have fist gripping Y cylinder. So where's fin cylinder? I swear I have fin cylinder somewhere. Maybe that'll work. Basically looking at this. And what I'm looking at this angle, but I want to have this facing mostly forward. Yeah, because farms on the inside, so I'll let you up. Hmm. Then up. I don't know what I'm doing here. Alright. I feel like if I'm going to do it like this has to be substantially larger. This would be closer to the camera. Hello there, how you doing? Ba ba bum. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 bum. I think I should want the head to be turned to the kind of want this. I don't want the head to sit. How do I want the head to sit? Hmm. Yeah. Audible. Ba, ba, bum. Yeah. Thinking about what to do with this. I actually don't know if I want the arm up like this. I actually might want the arm to be more down. Yeah, you're alright. Like, actually, I don't know if I want this arm here. Rather than the head should look at this way, I actually don't know if I want the arm here. I actually think I don't want the arm here. I think that's actually the bigger problem right now. Actually, let's just keep that in for a moment. We're just gonna just shift this. Let me just get that out of the way for a moment and just. Bring this. That's the standard, right? You don't want to deal with the hand. Just hide it. Just hide the hand, hide the feet. Nobody wants to deal with the hands and feet. The other choice of the head is to say, based on perspective, is to say up, right? And be like looking at someone. And that's what my friends told me when I first started learning how to draw. You can't figure it out, just hide it. And that was a group of, I think it was like at least 2 people who made a living by drawing who told me that, so I do feel at least somewhat compelled to follow that advice. As much as I should be practicing hands and feet as well. There's a lot of things I should be practicing. I don't know if it's like a good or bad thing that I started drawing as... Well, I started drawing because I wanted to learn Live 2D and how to use it. But that ended up... I feel like I over-indexed on the general... perspective required for like the stock standard forward facing, standing straight, arms outside 2D VTuber model. I didn't really practice a lot of other things till a lot later. What do I do with this shit? Yeah. I get that. I originally wanted to learn how to use Live 2D for games. And then all of the Live 2D stuff ended up... Because that was like right at the start of COVID, so that was when the initial giant leap in interest for VTuber models for streamers just came up in the general Western world. So all of the resources got kind of diverted into how to do art for VTuber models if you wanted to do anything in Live 2D. I mean, it still kind of is, which is a little unfortunate. You know, you could generally apply most things as long as you understand the basics or the concepts. Which I guess is the same with everything, but what do I want to be... What do I want to do with this hand? Do I really just hide that? What do I want to do with this hand? Oh dear. Won't be the first time I just hid in the hand because I didn't want to deal with it. Okay, now the bigger problem is I don't actually know what to do with this. Oh, I can't really move forward unless I figure out what I want to do with this. The bring to hand. I mean, it really matter. Like the main bit to think about right now is like, what is this hand actually doing? Do I want it to grip something, or do I want it to be doing something else? Okay, I'll think about that at a later date. I'm going to... I think what I'm going to do with a leg here, actually, is I'm going to say... is this about right for kind of straightforward on leg? So say that... bring... the... When you bring the top of the leg upwards here, doesn't it be more like... Doesn't look right. Wait. It looks kinda right. Does look kinda right. Regardless, I want to say knees together. So just I feel like this leg has to go this way, or like. I mean, I'm not really worrying about this leg quite as much. I'm probably worrying more about the other leg. I want to say knees together, it will be what, like? The other knee, I mean, I should... Other knee would be like, what, against, like... So they have, like, knee into... I need a hammer. I don't know. What would be happening to a leg if I put the knees together? If at that point, then the calves should be more apart. You bring the thighs closer together so that the knees touch, and then the calves would need to go more apart. And let's just say something like this for now. So that the legs are like kind of turned to face each other, but that means that the back leg will be what, facing forward almost at this angle. How far out does this have to come in? What I think am I looking at for the leg? I feel like this angle shouldn't be the sharp, should be more like what? It's just a measure of... I should not be thinking about that part at all. Just be knee, and then leg or calf coming down. Is my eraser snapping? Oh my freaking! Why is it on the snap eraser? Use the hard eraser. Is this snapping right now? No, it's not. Okay. I just kind of want to direct to by just bringing get rid of the lines, especially where it looks like insanity. But this carve shouldn't be like this aggressively. Just still be wait. Where's pin? Oh, what? It'll be like somewhat forward. I'm not looking at this currently. Okay, because the alright, well, let's make another layer here. Read for a moment. Because the actual leg should be coming out in a shape that is what I know it should be this way along here. coming through the middle of the sort of other... What? That ain't right. I feel like the front leg is coming too far forward. I think it should end about here. And the carb itself should be more like here, while other leg should just be like knee into leg. Maybe a bit more tilted, but because at best we're looking at a hip, like what, like this. Should be one more. Be like hip at best. If I go like thick or something like that. But then leg. Ah. Oh dear. Let's just pretend this line doesn't exist for a bit so I don't look at it. Alright, but anyways, that's all the time I have for the day for stream, because I need to shut up and leave people asleep. Honestly, there's not really a great way to say this apart from I don't know how I feel about the overall composition right now. I do want to at least have some level of practice on nailing this kind of perspective. By nailing, I mean it doesn't look like complete chaos and insanity, so as a general first attempt, as long as it passes that point, I'm gonna call this a win. If it goes beyond that point, then it'll be a big win, and that has got to the limit that we're looking at right now. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So either way, thank you very much for watching today's session of drafting. And a lot bit of learning how perspectives kind of work and how to kind of guide it up and down. Because that was definitely a good bit of learning. But either way, if you want to see more of the stuff I do, to be subscribed or following, depending on where you're watching from, leave a like because it helps me out, and I'll see you again next time.